We're good. Welcome back to Let's Clone. My name would be Toast, and this is a continuation of our inventory system. Probably not going to finish it today, although I don't know if anything in this is going to get totally finished. I'm mostly just drawing rectangles. But I would like to be able to drag items back out of the inventory, place them back into the map, and maybe stack the items in the inventory. Who knows? See how far we can get. I'm just going to click on play real quick, get reacquainted with the world that we've made. I do have to throw dungeons back into the game, so at some point I got to do that. And then maybe add item drops into the dungeons. So let's see. I can click and place some apples around. Got the inventory. We're still good, but right now we can't click or do anything with that. Oh, I guess I had clicked up there. Oh, neat. All right, so if I click there, it placed it there. I guess click to spawn isn't really going to be a thing anyway, so actually that could be a good place to start. Let's come into our system. We're going to make that right click, or while holding shift, we'll do it that way. Make this text a little bit bigger. So in our world step event, get rid of you. If key, whoa, Steven. Actually, we'll put the and. Keyboard check. Yeah, just check. All right, so if we're holding shift and we're clicking at the same time, we can place an apple on the map. Get rid of you. Player, get rid of you. Where are you at? Step. Item pick up apples. Yeah, here's the inventory, toggling inventory off. I'm guessing I'm doing all that in the draw event, aren't I? I'm drawing the inventory and doing this. Here I'm drawing the sprites. Now I kind of want to put every item in the grid, make them a two-dimensional array. So then I guess I would do, how would be the way to do this? I don't know. So I guess I could, does not equal 0. So we have the inventory grid and we're just storing at the X, Y. I'm storing a single item, but what if I stored a two-dimensional array in there? We can play around with that, I think. Step, what if I create, shrink this down. DS grid fill, clear, copy, create, destroy, get, max, mean, min, sum, height, multiply, read, resize, set. Let's look up what set does. Function be, what? Okay. Oh. Use a given cell within DS grid to any value. And the value you wish to set. Now, does it have to be integer or string? Can I pass it an array? Oh, let me just see how they declare it, because I think I have to do this grid is equal to DS grid set, grid, and then value. So the grid we want to do is inventory grid at X, Y. Damn it. Is this the width and height? Oop, oop. Come on, I hate how touchy this is. The X position of the cell to set. Oh no, I want to set them all. Yeah, I don't want to use set. Okay, don't let me read all the words. Okay, so we don't want to set. So we add region, clear, copy, create, destroy, get. Max means some height multiple set. Where's set? Set disk, set grid region, set region maybe. Shuffle stored value with right. What would set region do for me? Okay, so we can set the region with it, where we are passing the X position at the left of the region in the grid. Right of the region in the grid. So I'm thinking I could just do 0 to length. Be fine with that. So if I did my inventory grid 0, 0, inventory size, probably need to do a -1. Inventory size -1, and then the value I want to set. Let's see if I can do it like this. See if I can set an array of 0, 0. See what that does, because then I could set the first item to be the object. Okay, interesting. Player. Inventory grid. View it as a grid. Okay, cool. So I actually have the ability to store an array in there. I like that. So now I need to read it properly. So if this does not equal 0, which obviously doesn't equal 0, does not equal 0, 0. Now this will do something weird when I pick up the apples. We're just kind of testing this one chunk at a time. But if we start off with an empty inventory, that should be equal to 0, 0 every time. What are you talking about? Why can't I drop my apples? Oh, because I changed it to shift click. Huh. Does not equal 0, 0, but like you do equal that, sir. I'm pretty sure you do equal that. So let's draw set. No. Draw what? That's my problem. Show debug message grid accessor xxyy, and then actually we'll do this. We'll see what it looks like to draw this plus string, and then what does it look like to draw this? It should be the same thing being drawn both times, but I don't know. I just don't know. Where you at? So shift click, we can make apples. What does that mean? Not set before reading it. Oh, that was stupid. Inventory grid, wasting time. Which is weird because that should definitely be set. Because like that's what I'm using to build the whole map. Although maybe I'd have to call it from the system. Hills up. Oh, I could probably get rid of those. Here's this. Well, look at that. 0, 0. And then here I'm printing. So it's bracket, bracket, 0, 0, bracket, comma, bracket. They're the same. They're identical. So why is it telling me that it doesn't equal that? If right here I'm saying that if inventory grid at xxyy is not equal to this, but here I've just printed this guy verbatim, And I've printed this guy verbatim. And they print to be the same thing. So let's say if it's equal to 1, which actually here we can say object apple. Now where am I actually drawing the hills? I think that's in my system. Is it in my step? I don't think it, no, it'd probably be my room start. Create the world. Oh shit, where'd I put it? Wouldn't be the dungeon. Dungeon builder, draw. Definitely wouldn't be here. Press M for minimap, 1, 2, 3, and all that stuff. I thought it would have been in the room start. Wouldn't it? Spawn player, generate path. Oh, right here. Build the world. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Okay, so now I'm trying to see if this works. All right, that's empty. Picking this up will obviously not work. It's setting that to a 6. So let me quickly change my input. I'm going to say, whoa, or keyboard check, ord. Need these. This is for right, so D. Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V. Boop, 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 boop. For up is a dubs, left is an A, down is an S. That should be fine. I want to walk with WASDA instead. So now, whoops, come down here to my player. Step with the inventory. So here, resource item to be collected, which is in my right step event. Yeah, pick up. If inventory does not equal full, then that is equal to that. So it'll be item 0. Now, I don't know if these are going to register as an X and a Y, so we're going to try this in a couple ways. If it equals this, and if it draws into the thing, then we'll be good. If it doesn't equal that, then we'll have to try something else. But if it does equal this, we're good, and then I'm going to see if I can change it to a .x or a .y. Putting an array in a grid is a little bit tricky for me. Can I walk with this? Yeah. So right here we have drawing 6, 0. I'm telling it to draw. Stop printing that. Let's see what this does. If it's equal to 6, 0. Dang. I was really hoping that I would be collecting those. Huh. Let's see if .x. That's not an x coordinate. I know as a vector it would work. is equal to 6. Actually, here, let's just first try. I don't think this would work either. Object apple. It does equal an object apple. I think I might have had that. Scott, I need you to message me. Fuck. Debug. This is trickier than I thought. Move this over player. Let me look at your inventory grid. Okay. So I think that's the problem. It might actually be working, but we are failing in our attempt to add it. So we would be adding it with y free 0 and inventory x free. Why aren't these in like a, we go by name order? Yeah. So size x free and y free is 0. So I should be printing this to 0, 0. It should be going right here. When we, like that should be changing it. Oh, okay. You got an update? It took a bit. Interesting. So my array is effectively changing. So let's see what I have. I have a grid that is 3 wide and each one is 3 tall. So at 0, 0, that's my top left, top middle, top right. So my top left is set to 6, 0. And I'm checking if it is equal to 6, 0. But it's not working. Why is it not? What if I don't want to set it to a string, that'd be wacky. Now, how would I print just one of those? If I showed the debug message of inventory grid at xxyy dot 0. That ain't gonna be right. What are my array options? Array copy equal get length length array set. Is there like a position? Position destroy, position empty. Vertex position. These are probably things for shaders. Oh, I was hoping I could just middle click it and get to the help screen. Array. Okay, so now this is where it could get tricky because setting a one-dimensional array and a two-dimensional array is okay. Okay. It is an array like this, so maybe what would happen if I did that? Calling this array in this position of the array. That would actually be really convenient. Damn it. Line 49, it expected a bracket. I got a parenthesis. That's not going to do it. What if I did this? Variable instance of my grid is equal to my inventory grid at xxyy. And then I tried to read my instance of my grid at position 0. Doesn't look like a compile error. We could be on to something else. Cool, so I'm printing a 0. Print a 6. Now if I come back here, oh, that's me. If I dropped 6, 7, 8, this should be the rest of them. All of them are 6s. Okay, okay. So we did this. And then if we check the instance of my grid at 0 to see if it was equal to, just object apple for now. I know it's a 6. You know, let's force it. I should just be able to check if it does not equal 0, then draw. That would have been the better option. Fucking draw, dude. Just draw. Oh, wait. I shouldn't have had that in brackets. Either way. If it draws all of them, it's not working. If it only draws the one we picked up, we're on to something. Haha. All right, we're back onto something. Neat. So if it does not equal 0, we're drawing an apple. Which actually, maybe I could have done it like this and I just had that in parentheses. That way we just don't have to call a temporary variable for that. Nope. Malformed assignment. Yeah. I don't know why. It's like this equals this, so I'm just putting this on the end of that. Doesn't work. Now let me see. This definitely won't be accurate at first, but we're going to draw set color to a black. We'll go with white text. We're going to draw set horizontal alignment to an FA right. Let's do a draw set vertical alignment to an FA bottom. Then we're going to draw text at pretty much this coordinate, but minus the divided by 2's. So at the end of each square, oops, and the string that we will draw will be the number of instant of the grid of 1. And then here, so when we create the grid, we're going to give them all a number of, this I'm actually just curious how it works. Variable number is equal to 1, then number plus plus. I don't know if it's actually going to be looping, so I won't be surprised if it's all one number. But if it does climb, then that would be neat. If it's all one number, it could be a couple different things going wrong. Inventory, 0, okay. I guess I should align that to the top. See, there, yeah, it's not going to be able to loop into itself. That is fine. I don't need that to happen. I don't need to test that. Stop. Are you gonna stop? All right, good. Right, we're gonna pick up an item here. We are setting if instance. We're not looping anywhere, so we're just gonna throw in a 2. So pretty much what I need to do is when I go to pick up an item, I need to check if that item is already in my inventory. Let's get a font built. Font small. Anti-alias off. 8. Yeah, we'll see. See how that works. Come into the player. Item. Draw my inventory. Draw set. Whoops. Font small. This is only a 16 pixel box, so 8 pixel text would still take up about half of it. Any smaller than that, it might not actually look like a thing. 2. Yeah, we can get away with making that smaller. We'll try a 4, but that I don't feel as confident about. I don't know if it's possible for me to outline a font. Yeah. All right, we've got a 2. Let's move that over just a little bit. Get out of here. You get out of here. Here I'm drawing my X -2. Now I could draw over this a couple times with, I will do it once. This can stay up here. This, we'll draw it twice, we'll draw it once in black, and we are going to shift it over 2 more pixels, and this we're going to go 2 pixels up. Just give it a little bit of depth to the font and to separate it from the icon that we're drawing. I don't see that at all. Oh shit, yeah, it made it go way up there. Let's just try 1. I forgot how big this thing is. Not how big, but how big a pixel jump is. Yeah, that doesn't help me at all. What if just moving left does it? Wait, no. That is the opposite. I'm sorry. Sorry, computer. I know you were committed to writing that. Let's move the pixel over 1, see what that does. I mostly just want to separate the number from the image. I can't really see any benefit to that. I don't know. It works for now. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna do this. So here we're gonna draw 1 to the left of it. We're gonna draw 1 to the right of it. We're gonna draw. That was rough. I'm gonna draw 1 above it, and then draw 1 below it. This is definitely a bad idea. I'm going through drawing 5 texts just to read one of them, but it is what it is. And I can read that a little better. Doesn't quite look like we're drawing 1 to the left of it. Oh no, I guess we are. Either way, I can read it. I'm satisfied. I'm gonna put it on the bottom left though. Oh, that's gonna make actually no, that shouldn't be too bad. So that would just be here. I would get rid of this. Oh man, I'm gonna screw all this up, aren't I? No, that should be right. So I'm gonna draw it at 2 pixels in from the side. I'll have 1 to the left of it, 1 to the right of it. And then here will be the actual one. Mostly just so I can see the bite taken out of the apple. Not a lot of quick progress happening this time. All right. Fuck, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I need to add the separation to it. Plus inventory. What did I call it? Separate? Yeah, inventory sep. Plus. I just wanted to scroll down more, dude. How many times can I test this? I'm scared to look at like what the frame rate does. Because this game is not being designed for optimization. All right, I'm keen on that. So we've got 2 apples. I mean, allegedly. Now, to make it, when we pick up an item, we're going to be setting it to number. We'll call it count. The inventory is not full. Here we're going to grab, so check if item is in inventory. We're going to do all that. We're going to count how, or here we're going to count how many, which means that here would be a good place to do variable count is equal to 0. So we know the inventory is not full, so we can put something in. Ah, damn it. I only want to check if the inventory is not full if we are already not holding it. So I would like to do this. Here. Okay, so I need to check, and then so here we'll say if oopsies. We'll say all right, so we're going to loop through and check if the inventory has it. And then if it's not in our inventory already and the inventory is not full, then we're just going to add a single one of them. I know it's not done yet. So variable count and variable in inventory is equal to false. We're going to run the loop, and then we're going to say if in inventory is true, add to in inventory. We're going to say add to inventory stack. Check if it's in the inventory. So here we need to do some loops. Oops. I said loops, not oops. XX is less than inventory size. XX plus plus. Oops. 4. Variable yy is equal to 0. Yy is less than inventory size. Yy plus plus. So we're going to say pretty much what we're checking in that other thing. So variable instance of inventory. Wow. Instance of inventory is equal to inventory grid at xxyy. Checking all the spaces. We're going to say if instance of inventory at 0 is equal to item. Well, I guess we could say instance item. It doesn't matter, but yeah, we'll do instance item. And then here we would say yeah, we would say inventory grid at xxyy is equal to, and we could keep it as instance item, although again we could just pass item, which I think we were doing there, so we're going to do it here. Why not? No, I do just want to do the item. I do just want to do the item at whatever its value was. Okay, so I should be able to do instance of my inventory at 1 plus plus. Why are you saying that I haven't used this? Wait, what is this? Instance of my inventory. There we go. All right, so I'm looping through everything. If I do find it, then it is equal to item, the element 0. Then I'm going to set this position to be that item, which it already was, but I'm just doing it because I have to. And then the number that was there added up. And then if I can't find it, oh shit, I gotta, okay, so I think I gotta do this and then add it in here, right? Yeah, so I think I just add to count and then inventory X is equal to 0, variable inventory Y is equal to 0. So then if so, I'll say that inventory X is equal to XX, inventory Y is equal to YY, count is equal to this, and then here, and then we will say that in cunt. That's funny. In inventory is equal to true. If in inventory is equal to true, then I would add it to my inventory at count. If it is not in my inventory and my inventory is not full, then we're going to go through what we were already doing. This is a shot in the dark. I mean, it loaded the board without dying on me. I loaded it with 0. Here we go, here we go. Index out of bounds, writing 3.3, size is 3.3. Oh, yeah. I wanted to do inventory X and inventory Y. That makes sense. I can accept that bug. That was just a little slippy. A little slip up. Slip up. But that actually, that means that I have some confidence with this. So catching that. Okay, so we're not weird. It's not changing this. It's not collecting this. What if I just, for shits, set it to that, and then inventory is true, and then we're going to set this to this. Ha, okay. So it is working. +1. Why? Oh, no. I don't know if break works here, so we're going to end loop physically by saying that XX is equal to inventory size and YY is equal to XX. It's just easier. Why? Oh, ha. Okay, we're gonna do it the right way now that I have to come back anyways. I could go through with my debugger and check if break actually breaks me out of the loop. It'd be neat if it did. But here's one apple, here's a second apple. Hey, that's working. I'm just forgetting to destroy my guy. Which is here. So if I do find it, I need to I guess I could destroy it here. There's no point in destroying it in here. Which actually, I don't need to worry about ending the loop. Which, like, it doesn't hurt, but we're only looping through 9 spaces. But this won't be called unless the inventory at 0 is equal to the item that I'm trying to pick up. This is pretty neat. Getting a bit of lag. Alright, I'm scared to see what the frame rate is. Frames per second. It's actually not dying down. Like, brings it down a little bit. Spike down to 112. Could just be on my computer side. If I change maps, yeah, everything reset. Like my frames per second is going just fine. This is pretty awesome. I'm having a silly good time with it. I don't know why this is happening. I can actually, what was it? Debug, window, graph. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Can I put it up here though? That'd be tight. Hey. My frames and my average frames. They're still killing it. What else am I running? It could just be because this is an old computer and I don't really want to close that, but I guess I could always find it again. I had some Git, like how to use a Git repository for GameMaker open. It's actually a little better. Chrome does eat up a bunch. A little bit of a lag spike. I mean, it works for me. Now, let's get into, I don't quite want to do this in the draw event. So we're gonna have to, it's a little shitty. I could write a script. Of course I could write a script. So here, like, we're drawing the inventory. I'm running, whoa. Back here. Draw the inventory cells. I would need, actually, it's not too bad. Where's my separation? So I would just need most of this, get rid of all the drawing stuff. You know, what if I snack all that out of there, come into our step event, do an item pickup. So here's inventory, step, inventory, key toggle. Toggle inventory display. Interact with inventory. Then I will run a script. Hold on. Step into, yeah. Script player step inventory, interact, use, I guess. Yeah, interact. I'm going to create a step, a script player step. We're going to call it inventory interact. At function script player step inventory, interact. Description, remove items from inventory. Here, do all that. We're gonna change that like crazy though. Here, it's this, remove that over here. I don't need nearly as much space taken up there. Likewise, for here. Okay, I don't need to draw any colors. I don't need to draw the inventory cell. I do want that stuff though. Oops. So I do want to check this out. Where does that end? That ends here, so I can get rid of these. I don't want to draw any of that. I don't want to draw any of that. Don't want to draw any of that. So if toggle inventory, we can still, whoops, still keep that where it should be. We can actually move all of this stuff down. I can get rid of this. I don't need to draw a color. I don't think I need this. So that closes that one. This closes that one. This is why copy paste is not ideal. Okay, we're getting there. So I have my separation, which I will need, my inventory X, my inventory width, Y, and height. I'm not using the width and the height. I don't know if I need them. We'll figure it out. I don't need to know this. I can actually remove that from the other one too. Here we can bring down there. What's not being used here? Undefined variable XX. Shit. That's right, isn't it? They were inside of a loop. I don't know if I want to run. It'd be weird to run this in a loop right now. Sorry, so if my inventory is toggled, I have my map X and my map Y. I pretty much just need to tell if I'm inside of any of the cells and then which cell I am in. I could do a lot of if statements for if I'm in each cell. How about I just start off with looking for if I'm in the first one. So I'm going to say if my okay, this is the start of my window. So if I'm greater than the start of the window plus the separation, just one separation, plus the cell size, just one cell size. And then if I'm less than this plus the separation plus the cell size, no, I don't want it plus the cell size, I just want it plus the separation at first. And then, okay, so if I'm greater than the separation, but I'm less than the separation plus the cell size, I'm in cell 1. Now, if my Y is pretty much the same thing, greater than the separation, and it is less than the separation plus the cell size on the vertical, then I'm in cell 2. Or no, then I'm still, this is all my coordinates for cell 1. But I need to close this. Please be the only thing. Why are you mad? Because of this. Why are you still mad? Okay. So I'm guessing maybe I don't need... we don't need that for now. So this is all for in first inventory slot, which is the only one that we need. Outline, don't need this. But we will draw a debug message. No, you show a debug message for touching inventory slot 1. Outline is equal to true. I don't need that. Highlight cell. Interact with inventory by means of mouse over. Okay. So this could be tricky. This could definitely be tricky. So we're here. No matter where I put the mouse, I don't think I have anything prompting me that I'm in the right spot. Haha, look at that though. Look at that though. Okay, so this is correct. Now I'm going to say if mouse check button pressed, virtual key right. And I will say that inventory grid at 0, 0 is equal to 0, 0. Delete item from inventory. Actually, I need to make sure that I don't have an item there, which this shouldn't matter on if it's empty, it should do nothing. If it is full of apples, it should delete all my apples. Nothing, good. Why did it not? Why did it not? Let's continue to have that show. Show debug message. Delete item. Only on the click. Okay. So that could be a big part of it. Mouse check button pressed. Oh, yep, I've made this mistake before. Mouse button right. Here does nothing. Here, I delete it. Okay. Ooh. All right, that's. That could be tricky to handle. I'm gonna worry about that more when. Okay, so I think I've got to do that when I'm adding to the inventory. I need to make a pass that checks which, if the item already exists. If it doesn't, then I need to do a pass to check if any of the cells are empty. I can't rely on just filling that free X and free Y anymore. So here we can actually do that first before we start fucking around with the next part. How long have we been going? An hour. yeah, we'll get this part done, and then I'm going to call it quits for this one. So we just are able to pretty much remove the items from the inventory. But in our step event for our picking up of an item here, make this bigger again. So I don't want to check else if inventory is full. That wouldn't be right. So we actually need to get rid of these variables. I would kind of just want to run this loop again. I've got to run the loop twice regardless, which means I could put it in a script. I could run itself if the first one fails, but we can do that later. So else if inventory is not full. Oh, okay. So here, if it's equal to item, then we're good. And then we can say, but it's not equal to item. So else if instance of our inventory at place 0 is equal to 0, then inventory full is equal to false. So here, we're going to assume that inventory full is true. We're going to look for a spot. If it's in the inventory, it's true. If it's not in the inventory, that will never happen. But if we hit an empty cell, we will say inventory full is equal to false. And then here, if inventory is not full, we can go through this loop again. So let me just get rid of all of this. And here, we can check for empty inventory slot. And then here we are going to actually run this check if inventory is full. We can get rid of that. We can do this. Put that here. So if it's equal to 0, then inventory XX. Okay, so then we're good there. We don't need to set the count because we're going to go for a 0 space. We don't need to set the inventory there. We don't need to worry about this. Actually, we could even place it now, I think. No, don't freeze on me. Come on, don't freeze on me. You froze on me. Thank you, Game Maker. That's what I wanted. That is just what I wanted. I think this will work. And if it works, we can be done. Come on. Come on. I have no idea how much it's saved for me, player. We are in our step event. We are looking up our item pickup. Yep, it didn't go too well. So here we're going to assume that inventory full is equal to true. Here we're going to do else if instance of our inventory at 0 is equal to 0, then inventory full is equal to false. I want to do all of this stuff. Here we do that, we set it. Else if it is full, we are going to check if full. So we're going to put in, or I guess here we first got to look for it. Look for empty inventory slot. Here we're going to say if this is equal to 0, get rid of this. We don't even need these. We're going to just actually create it in place. We're going to say inventory grid is equal to, actually we already have this written out. Where did I do it? Right here. Inventory grid at, actually I didn't want to do it this way. Let's go with our XX. YY is equal to item 0 because it's a brand new item. Okay, let's see if that works. So now the first pickup should work. If the first pickup works, then after deleting it should work again. Here, clicking doesn't do anything. We add this, oh, and there it added twice. I don't know why, but okay, so it found it. Okay, yeah, so I guess we could try out if break works here. I don't think break works here, but we could try break, end, and stop. It'd be neat if one of those work. If not, we can just set our XX and our YY to the end of the loop so they don't get checked anymore. Interesting. And I don't want to break the end of this. End. Yeah, I don't think either of these are going to pull me out of a nested loop. I think that would be wacky. Yeah. So let's not even worry about that. XX is equal to inventory size. YY is equal to inventory size. That should just break me out of the loop. I don't understand what it was. Oh, because I don't actually delete the item. Oops. Then here. Oh, yeah. I shall do this. Here we will collect item. Here we will delete item from game room. And then here we will force loop end. I don't know why it was adding one to the last one though. I feel like it should have been adding it to the first one. But here we have this. Go on the first one, we close it. Go on the first one, neat. We're adding it to here. We're deleting them all. All these, get rid of that. There. I'm actually pretty happy about that. That's working. One thing I do want to do first is in our system event, in our create event. I think this is where it would be. Nope. It would be in a room start for the world. I want build world door set false. No, it wouldn't be there. Where do I show the mini map? It's not in the player. He doesn't even have a room start. Oh, we can get rid of those. Like here we're creating stuff. Offset X, current seed, randomize, room stuff with the room world, current seed, path. Here, just building that. Put my door in the game. It's not working at the moment. Start at the build world. Nope. Where am I doing this? Where am I drawing my mini map? It's in the system. It's in my draw mini map. in the world. Display minimap. Oh. Variable definitions. Display map, false. Cool. I don't want to see that when we first launch. Let's do that one more time. Make sure the minimap still toggles when I hit M. That should all be figured out already. I ain't worried about it. But boop, there we go. We are in map 1, map 2, map 3. We have the ability to pick up 4 apples. Oh, my first count is 0. Yeah, we'll fix that next time. Lags a bunch, but my frame rate still says it's pretty high, so I don't quite understand that. Let's get out of this. Let's get out of this. This is the first time it took over an hour, I think, but we got it done. There might be enough kind of random hunting that I can clip out of this one to keep it under an hour. Inventory system is working a little bit better. We can obviously destroy whatever's in the first cell. We can now add things. We're checking to see if an item already is there that it can be added. Excuse me. 2, probably have to set a variable to see if the item is stackable. Maybe keep a list of what items are, maybe a stack limit. I do want to next be able to drag, not just delete them from the inventory with right click, I want to drag them out into the map. Might have to set like a timer on when you drag something out that you can't pick it up. So if you just drop it right next to the player, it doesn't get picked up again. Or maybe when you walk over, you have to actually press space to pick up an item. I don't know, play around with that. And then I want to be able to drag items inside of the inventory. Drag it over to an empty slot, or maybe drag it over to a new spot and have them swap spaces. There's a lot to do with this game. The inventory is going to be a pretty fun part of it. Yeah, that's it for now.